pregame show.
So good to be with you again, everybody. The NBA season has now hit its stride. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Los Angeles Lakers at Staples Center. And for Los Angeles, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And Jabari Parker is a guy we'll have our eye on tonight. Had to sit out most of last season after he tore the ACL. Shaq, you still have to like the kid's future.
You know what, I like him, Ernie. He showed us that he can score consistently on the NBA level. He had an early setback, but he's motivated as any young player. I know you see his commercials. He's coming back. He's coming back.
He's coming back with a vengeance, and he's a very efficient scorer at his position, and for his age, he's got a great deal of skill. And I think he's the forgotten man in Milwaukee because they made the playoffs, but this guy was their best player before that happened.
The game is coming up shortly. It's time to get down to Kevin Harlan. Kevin.
It's the Milwaukee Bucks, and they're doing business on the road. It's an interconference NBA matchup. Welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You take a look at Los Angeles. Despite a very successful road trip, it's got to be nice to return home and play in front of their loyal fans.
And I think for the Lakers, they've had a nice run here to start the season. Up there near the top of the standings and looking like they're comfortable.
And, you know, from everything I've seen so far, I think they can sustain this level of play all the way through the season.
Now, the start battles through traffic and lays it in. Now here's Randall. Greg Monroe unable to get his shot to go.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Here is Bayless. To the middle. Here's Middleton. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist.
Very high-quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Randall, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam. Inside, and stolen by Russell. That's good.
How about 3 of 4?
To the left wing. And Jared Bayless the bucket on the assist by Middleton. Bayless has got his second basket.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start. I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And so Russell hits them both. Lakers were off the shoots from the baseline. Count the bucket.
You're going to be in for a long wait.
Shots good from Young.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Bucks trail by 3. We'll go to Dorisburg, who spoke with head coach Jason Kidd. Doris, what's the news there?
When talking about who they'll be most concerned with on the other side, he laughed a little and asked, "You mean other than Kobe?" He said that it's an almost futile effort to try and slow Kobe because he can score in so many different ways, saying, really, all we can try and do is prevent him from getting into a rhythm and try to force him into tough shots. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Here is Bayless after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. Here's Monroe, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Julius Randle picks one up.
And what a double-double machine Greg Monroe is becoming. Top 6 for power forwards last season. Top 5 for centers. And his game is only continuing to evolve.
Well, Greg, the thing about Monroe, we knew he was a prolific scorer and a rebounder when he was a 5-star recruit out of high school. So Clark, this is nothing new for him.
I think what you see, Kevin, is the added muscle coming into play and benefiting. He's just an average athlete, but being stronger makes him more effective.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way.
And they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
And that one's good. Monroe with a screen on Russell. The shot's good from Bayless.
He continues to fill it up. Just one miss in his 6 attempts.
The Lakers have gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Bryant triumphs in and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling when that fella's in the middle.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. No problems knocking that one down. Middleton's got his second basket of the night.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play. Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Monroe softly drops in the floater. Monroe's got 6. And Young picks him up defensively. And Middleton the bucket on the assist by Monroe. Asking out of that position in this day and age in the NBA.
Yeah, more teams want that stretch power forward. He's not.
Here's Clarkson after the made shot from Greg Monroe. Young with no one around. Knocks down the 3 ball. Young's got 8 points. He's covered by Clarkson. Pass to Middleton. There's the 3. Rebounded by Clarkson. Los Angeles has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from 3-point range so far in the first. And Russell gets it to go. As to Clarkson. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And that is a...
Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right now.
You know what?
Russell's bucket. Middleton and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. We talk about players who don't get a lot of recognition that probably deserve some. For me, Chris Middleton, Clark.
He's at the top of the list in that regard for me too, Kevin. I mean, really a revelation for the Bucks the last couple of years.
He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Golden State. Passes it to Vasquez. Puts it up from 12. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point you think some...
As he starts the game 0 for 1. Here's World Peace. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just...
Kicks to Parker. Stolen by World Peace. Oh, and here comes Williams all alone. Is a 3. Vasquez can't get it to go. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against Houston.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
That's good.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 8. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Kobe Bryant dealing with the wear and tear of decades in the league. He talks about how he remains effective.
Well, you have to make adjustments. You know, you try to figure out what you can and can't do, and you have to try to learn that pretty quickly and figure out how effective you can be. And so it's just about making adjustments.
Well, at Kobe's age, and with the 2 years' worth of injuries, is coming back for him just a matter of Greg adjustments? Or is that another way of saying he has to limit everyone's expectation, including his own?
You know what? When it comes to Kobe Bryant, history has shown that the normal rules just don't apply. I think it's the rest of the league that's going to have to adjust to a well-rested And
think here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going that time.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and it had some personnel issues.
Second of 2 straight at home. Wasted no time on that one. And 11 points for Kobe Bryant.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally
take it the other way.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
His shooting has been outstanding here.
For 3, and the shot is good. Vasquez has got 5 points so far.
And Kobe Bean Bryant, the only 30,000-point scorer to go along with 6,000 assists. You know, LeBron might be the next.
Here's Bayless. The shot is off, and the Lakers take it the other way.
And for Kobe, people have always joked that he's a ball hog and only looks to score. Well, he's the only guy in the history of the league right now with 30,000 points.
Out to Monroe. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. The good-looking shot from the wing. Antetokounmpo's got his first points of the game. Kobe, that's for 2. Again, Los Angeles.
Kevin, he's dead.
The shot's good from Bayless. Bayless has got 15. Lakers leading by 19. Bryant drives in. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And, you know, a huge moment for Kobe last season before the injury. I mean, he has the great Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list.
For Kobe, that was him moving into the 3rd spot ahead of Michael Jordan. Says a lot, Clark, about where he stands among the greats.
And you look at it, he is first among perimeter players now in that regard. So he's clearly on a very short list of the greatest wingmen of all time in the history of the league.
And Kobe drops them both.
Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all. Take about it, Greg. It's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough.
Low. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
And Randall throws it down.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very...
Monroe kicks to Antetokounmpo. Puts up the baby hook. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And still, I don't know that anyone can define what Giannis's position is. It's kind of still up in the air. I mean, he's played mostly on the wing a season ago, and thus far, maybe that could end up being the best fit.
Los Angeles making a switch here. World Peace is checked in, and Milwaukee also making a switch. Fires from 18, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Monroe dishes to Middleton. Hits the target from 18 feet. Middleton's got 11 points. Let's now take a moment to view the league's leading rebounders. Greg Monroe, 3rd.
And you can't win games without rebounding the basketball. That's what has made him such an important part of what they do.
The Bucks have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And that one falls for Middleton. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
Both shots good.
Even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
Vasquez passes to Monroe. He got right to the cup using that screen. Monroe's got 10 points. Here's Clarkson after the made shot from Greg Monroe. Now, here's Clarkson. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game.
They're hovering around 50.
But it's no good.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively. Well, if you're going to give
11 record against the East and 6-6 against the West.
Brandon Bass is checked in for Los Angeles. Henson's checked in for Milwaukee. In every game.
Well, you know what happened with all that shuffling was they got to see a lot of different players and evaluate them for the future. I think it helped in regards to what they're going to do this offseason.
And started Lakers, obviously the big get for them was landing the #2 overall pick in the draft, getting a quality big to add to a rock.
From deep.
Tell you what, guys, his size really comes into play when there's a rebound battle going on. He's got an advantage in there.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Lakers lead by 21. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Thanks for joining us. A pumped up home crowd is our backdrop for this halftime analysis. Some incredible work in this one by Kobe Bryant. He ended up with 22 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. After missing last game, it was clearly evident he wanted to make his mark tonight. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of their offense, everything clicked in fantastic direction. They took advantage of everything the defense gave.
And now, Shaq, let's get on Milwaukee.
Especially when it comes time to in a lot of areas. Got to toughen it up and deficit.
Yeah, that'll balance out that stat sheet nicely. I mean, you always want to see at least a few points from the free throw line.
It's good, and so Bayless with the assist. Bayless has got his 3rd assist on the night.
There is no way.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the 3rd quarter of basketball. Kobe attacking. Up and in. That's his 10th make in the contest. He has only taken 13 shots. Dishes it to Monroe. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect.
Well, getting back to Hibbert, last year was a down one for him in a few areas. He put up his lowest points per game average since his rookie year. And Clark, his minutes in general were way down.
Yeah, and I think he may be at a bit of a crossroads in his career right now. A couple years ago, signed a big contract. So, I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
There's a good screen. Off the screen. He clangs that one off the back. Bucks trail by 18. Outside, Antetokounmpo. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist. 8 points for him. 5 to shoot. Cans the tough leaner from the outside. Russell's got 18 points in the game.
This is what happens.
Middleton outside. Here's Plumlee. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
He kicks to Hibbert. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2. Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition. And then, Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that'll always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Bayless. Drains it from 17 feet out. Bayless has got... Right side, Russell. Here's Kelly. And he converts the layup. Kelly's got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, you know, you want to make every game count. Take care of business and give yourself a chance to sweep.
Bucks trail by 19. Here's Bayless, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
For Bayless, it was his 6th team in 7 years last season. A good utility combo guard to have. He can score, he can make plays for others. He's really defined his role in this league.
Some changes for the Lakers. Brandon Bass is checked in for Hibbert. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Bryant. And Milwaukee with a change.
Can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one. Nice piece of work there. Give yourself a little space and pull the trigger.
Here is Bayless after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. Plenty of space. Buries the jump shot. Bayless has got 8 points here in this quarter. 23 points in the game. And Monroe, a bucket on the assist by Bayless. Bayless is...
Defense being played right there. Got right up on him and forced the miss.
Textbook work. Close enough to bother the shot. Good challenge, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact.
Lewis Williams subbed in for Russell. Now, here's Clarkson. He's got 11. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Clarkson's got 13.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up. And I think everyone knew the Bucks.
Fires from the wing. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got...
Outside Williams. And there's another one for the Lakers.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
That's his first personal foul.
And there before you are the teams that have been absolutely red hot for the last 10 games. The Lakers #1.
It's due to better shot selection lately, Kevin. They're taking their time to make sure the shots they take go in. Really good self-discipline there.
That's good from Parker. Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting his season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone.
He's to this long 4-game road stand. Here's Bayless. Plays it up and banks it in. Bayless has got 13 points here in the second.
Make it happen.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Los Angeles on top, up 11. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. The pass to Parker, just 5 on the clock. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Parker's got the fourth quarter. Here's Young. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip. Green. Pass to Middleton. Parker with a clean look. And another basket for Milwaukee.
And tired leg.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half, still bagels in the second.
Plumlee dishes to Bayless. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
Boy, they are passing the ball.
7. All sorts of time. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist. Bayless has got, and just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg.
Is making a change here. Russell's checked in. The Bucks also changing it up. Monroe's checked in for John Henson. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is subbed in for Jabari Parker.
Improvise sometimes.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Roy Hibbert picks one up.
And, you know, you hear everybody talking about Giannis's potential. I mean, look at the athleticism coupled with his measurables. I mean, that is just off the charts.
He misses the free throw. For Giannis, it's not just his physique and length. Clark, he moves insanely well for a guy that size.
Yeah, Giannis also might not be done growing, Kevin.
Right.
How scary is that? I mean, you know, he could be a legit 7-foot shooting guard when it's all said and done.
Randall kicks to Bryant. Young for 3. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Kobe's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
On occasions last year, the Lakers were all right on offense. Other times, they were just stagnant. There was just no motion, nothing going on.
That's a great point. And their ball movement could use some work. A lot of ISOs last season.
Here's Bayless, and he gets the bucket. Bayless has got 32 points in the game.
That, to me, is indicative of an inefficient offense and also a new stat category.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident. And for the Lakers and that secondary assist stat, that just means they aren't making the extra pass. Or
Bayless dishes to Antetokounmpo. And here's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Randall.
You know, on the surface, it might seem questionable to attempt a dunk like that when you're behind, but I think he's just trying to get
us. We're all sitting here just waiting for when he goes airborne.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
Don't underestimate him. He can knock that down.
And Bayless kicks to Monroe. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. 16 points for Greg Monroe.
You can continue to pound it inside.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Byron Scott coaching his team during the break. He was absolutely adamant, saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
Here is Bayless following the basket by Kobe. Good.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Here is Bayless, screened by Monroe. Up off the screen, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned.
Here's Young, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to.
Now the Lakers on the break. Bryant's running, and he gets it to go. Young's got 20 points.
Just giving up way
up for one game, broke his right leg 14 minutes in. And the guy that comforted him the most, I recall very vividly, Kobe Bryant stayed with him the entire time when he was.
The rest of the ship kind of going down with.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jason Kidd was saying to his team. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through Monroe. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Likely the final major changes to their game plan as they try to make a late comeback here in the fourth. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
And, you know, going back to Randall's rookie year, his troubles really started during medical checkups before the draft. They found the...
Here's the screen. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Oh, for sure he was going to knock that down.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe, and he gets it to go. Shoots. Again, Los Angeles.
And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
Greg, it really has been. I mean, such a lively, vibrant atmosphere. And no doubt that played a part in the big win.
From deep, it's off. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And this broadcast has not ended just yet, as we've got the award-winning Ernie Johnson standing by here for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's move on to our Jordan Player of the Game. And Kenny, you had some words earlier while the game was going on. What do you think?
They asked an awful lot from him tonight offensively, and he delivered. When they needed a big bucket, he was the guy they turned to, and he delivered, like I said. I mean, this guy was unbelievable. He did not shy away from the moment.
He was very confident with the ball in his hands tonight. He was completely in control. Knew when guys were cutting, setting screens, and it resulted in more assists than we typically see out of him. I think he's underrated in terms of playmaking.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.